Hi, welcome to Sounds Heavenly. I've got Lee here with me from
Hello.
Beoworld. It's bizarrely 10 years since I started sponsoring Beoworld. Couldn't believe it's been that long.
Thank you very much.
So yeah, I thought it's a good opportunity to tell you about beoworld.org, what it is and why, if you like B&O, you should be involved. Let's show you. There we go. So yeah, the biggest resource I think in the world for Bang and Olufsen.
Yeah, there are at the moment about 45,000 registered members. Started in 2002, and then I took on the site in around 2007 and relaunched it, sort of rebranded it, and created a new forum, and then archived the old forum. So anything from then is on the old archive forum. But now there are something like, I think, 178,000 threads at the moment, probably more than that, all containing questions and answers about pretty much everything you could want to know about Bang and Olufsen. So yeah, everything's there on the forum.
Yeah, and there's quite a bit of sort of background material for B&O owners, isn't there? Once you remember,
yeah, absolutely. There are
manuals and
countless manuals, service manuals, very much a whole catalogue of the classic items. A lot of manuals that even B&O don't have that are on there, that you can all access as a silver member or a gold member. So that's a paid membership.
Oh, and we mustn't forget, it's coming up to that time of prize draw time, isn't
Prize
it?
draw, yeah, that's a quarterly prize draw. So we've got we're basically, it's split into spring, summer, autumn and winter. We have a Christmas prize draw. We offer three sort of main prizes. They're the more valuable prizes, and then I try and introduce little collectibles and things that you can't buy in the shops, dealer only items and so on and so forth. But I'll let Steve explain what he's going to do for the first and second prizes this spring.
Yes, yeah, because I think the first prize, as we've got on the screen there, is a Beosound 3200 CD player.
Correct.
And then some Beolab 6000 speakers as second prize. So what we'll do, in case you don't know, my website soundsheavenly.com produces all the cables for Bang & Olufsen systems. So I'll be sponsoring free cables for the first and second prize winners. So whatever you want to connect your Beosound 3200 to, or Beolab 6000 speakers to when you win them, please get in touch. Cables are with my compliments.
We have had it where people have won two prizes in the same draw, so there's every chance you could win first and second, and then just need one pair of cables. So.
Excellent. But yeah, and I think there's all sorts of other things like, for example, we've got some nice little B&O Wedgwood coffee mugs. These are not the ones in the prize draw. These are the ones that we're using here, but there are some similar ones to these. There are Beo Play products, all sorts of things. Collectible B&O books. So yeah, definitely worth being involved. You've got to be in it to win it. Yeah,
absolutely.
So yeah, I thought it's a good opportunity to have a look through, as well as to tell you about Beoworld, where we've been in the last 10 years, I suppose. So I've put some photos together from the album that I'm not sure if Lee will have seen these or not for a few years, but let's have a look what we've got. So, does this ring any bells, Lee?
That is the Kensington Roof Gardens, just off Kensington High Street. And that was owned by the Virgin Group at the time, owned by Richard Branson. And they were famous for having flamingos wandering around in the grounds.
Oh, yes, Splosh and Pecks, I think they were called, weren't they?
Splosh and Pecks.
Yeah.
But absolutely beautiful place, beautiful venue. You didn't even know you were in the heart of London.
Yeah.
They had the two gardens in there, a Tudor garden and the Spanish garden, and they were done to different kind of themes, and people used to have weddings there and all kinds of things. It's fantastic.
Yeah, and that was back in 2010. That was the Beoworld party.
Was indeed. Yeah, we had a great time. People flew in from all over the world, and that room in there, if you can just see in the background, there are cow skin seats, and there was a picture of a cow. You can actually see it on the right hand side of the picture. There's a picture of the cow. That was known as the moo room, and that was a little private side room that we got to use. Favourites of Prince Harry and Prince William.
Wow.
Yeah, that was their favourite little sort of enclave when they used to go clubbing there.
Brilliant. I never knew that at the time, although I did hear a rumour the day after we were there that night it was Lady Gaga's birthday, and she was there with, I think, Scott Mills and
lots of
other
celebrities
people,
used to go there. But it's a beautiful venue, very, very famous. Started in the, I think, 60s or 70s, was it? Yeah, but very well known in London.
Yeah, I mean, certainly that party, that was one of the highlights for me, being involved with Beoworld.
It was fantastic.
Yeah. The other one a few years afterwards was the trip to Struer.
Struer trip, yeah.
The Bang and Olufsen factory.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you'll know these views much better than I do, but that was the entrance to the main part of the factory, I think, wasn't
known
it?
as the farm.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful glass building, architect designed, very, very light, very airy, and it's a really lovely building. The main offices were there. They've moved now,
right.
And I do believe that building's up for sale.
Oh, right.
But it's a beautiful, beautiful building, custom made for Bang & Olufsen, and they call it the farm. They had sheep wandering around outside, and it's fantastic.
Yeah. And I do remember, I think now they've got almost like an artificial B&O store that they had in that section that was down underneath.
Yeah, they used
basement.
to use it. I think they used to use it for training.
Right.
And they also had, you may have heard of the Time Tunnel, where they've got the Bang & Olufsen products from years gone by, and that was sort of opposite.
Yeah.
But that was a training store that they used to use for the staff. They used to fly them over there.
Wow. And then the next bit, this was the main event for me, but I nearly missed this. This was, I think, the second day, and we'd been in the Happy Penguin in
Den Glada Penguin,
yes, Struer's best pub, and it must have been well after midnight, I think, when they finally closed.
And the rest,
And I woke up to the sound of the bus turning up outside the hotel, so I nearly missed this one.
Yeah. That's Kistrup. That's the where it all started on the farm there. They used to breed chickens, and they had lots of sheds. And then they started the business in the loft space, I think, of one of them. So they'd have little chickens running around and radios being built, and it just got bigger and bigger. And it's at the time of the trip, it was Peter Skak Olufsen and Susanna Olufsen that lived there. And he was the nephew of Sven Olufsen.
Ah, yes, because I think we've got a photo from inside.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the interior.
Yeah, it was very, very classical Danish.
Yeah, they've gone to a lot of trouble integrating what were at the time the new B&O products.
Yeah.
It looked very nice. And I think we'd got, when we had our photo outside, am I right in saying that Peter Skak Olufsen was one of the people in the group there?
He's stood right in the doorway with Susanna, his wife, and then Mads Skak Olufsen, his son, is a B&O or was a B&O dealer in Luxembourg.
Yes.
Peter sadly passed away, but that was where it all started.
So that was quite an eventful trip.
It was. It's very, very interesting to see where it all started.
Yeah.
It really was. It's something that you can do, I believe, but it's something I definitely recommend.
Yeah. That's. It's been strange to think that must be 6-7 years ago, something like that.
Yeah,
Time's
it's crazy how
flying by.
time flies. Yeah.
And I gather you've actually got a new website as well that's probably worth mentioning while we're here.
Just leaning sort of towards classic items, to be honest with you. I've always been a fan of the older equipment from the sort of 60s onwards. But any Bang & Olufsen it's clearly listed on there what I buy. Always happy to buy Bang & Olufsen. I've got through my old business, Lifestyle EV, I've got lots and lots of customer base and contacts and people are coming to me and asking for particular products, and I'm trying to source them. And I just found it the Buyer website to be a great portal to actually reach out there and get the stock in and find people who are selling, because what they do is an internet search. They come across obviously Beoworld, and then the Buyer advert is on there. And I've hooked some very, very grateful people up with some products that they've been looking for years. Always
Excellent.
looking to buy it.
Thanks. So I'll put the link in the comments to the video. I see you've got sort of the nice new Eclipse on the
Yeah, that was it was a very nice photo. So, yeah, whoever took that photo, thank you. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
But yeah, and the Eclipse is a fantastic TV. Really is.
I mean, I must admit, I've been quite stunned. I put together a quick montage earlier of some of the new B&O products, and I don't think, although I know at the moment opinions are divided as to how well B&O is set up for the future, but I'm quite stunned really as to the range of things they've got at the minute. When you look at some of the things that, I mean, there's also the Beosound Edge that's not on the picture.
Yeah.
You've got the Shape that's on the wall at the top left, the Beolab 50s and 90s, the Beo Play range with the headphones and the speakers. I mean, the Beolab 18s, the column speakers are iconic. I've missed them off here.
Yeah.
I don't remember a time in the range when there's been just this much choice. It's
gone. I mean, they've had to really polarise their core markets, and the Play products are definitely for the sort of entry level for people that are getting into the brand.
Yeah.
And then they've also gone the other way with the Beolab 50s, 90s. They've gone very high end with the audio, which is I don't know if you get a chance to listen to the 50s or the 90s, do it.
Yes.
They're incredible.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are a lot of the I say the Shape, the core. The core's great for home integration. Steve's found a few little workarounds for that.
Oh yes, yeah. One thing I'm going to do on a future video actually is the Beosound Shape. Let's just find you a picture at the top left. That's something that we're going to cover in a bit more detail, because obviously the B&O solution is that you use that as a standalone music player with the core streamer built in. But we've got a solution to let you use that. So basically the speakers can be separated from the core controller and used with either an AV receiver, Sonos Connect, Apple Airport Express, basically as part of any normal music system. So potentially you could have different Beosound Shape wall speakers on each wall with, say, an AV receiver driving them, projection screen, and then one on the left, one on the right, one behind you for rear surround, even on the ceiling if you want for Dolby Atmos. So yeah, we've got some solutions we're working on there. So I'll cover all that in detail in a future video in the coming weeks. But yeah, I thought it could be interesting really to look through. We've gone through sort of where we've been in the last few years with Beoworld, and I'll pull up the main page. Let's see if we can find it. Here we are. So I'm guessing, although with how many members? 45,000, I think.
Yeah, there'll be about 45,000 now. We keep taking snapshots of the members. There are the members that don't post, that just come on and look for information, and there are also people that have registered as silver and gold that don't post. So there are more, but it's growing exponentially at the moment. It really is. There's a huge interest in the classic items. People repairing their products as well, and sort of basically buying products that are not working from eBay and so on and so forth, and sort of getting into repairing them. And there's a great sort of team of people on there that are incredibly knowledgeable, that are always happy to help and give advice. There's so much reference material on there, so many old service manuals that are available, and it's just a great resource. And a lot of people, as I say, they remember products and systems from when they were children and from when they were growing up in uncles' houses, parents' houses, friends' parents' houses, and they're saying, right, well, maybe now's the time that I fancy having a look at that and having a little play and getting it working again. So yeah, lots of people are really enjoying some classic B&O at the minute, and also integrating it with new Bang and Olufsen, and there's a guy here makes cables.
Yeah, that's my real interest. So yeah, I mean, I go on Beoworld daily, sort of trying to help out, really answer questions, make it possible to get things working for people. There's a specific workbench forum, isn't there, on there? So that people will go in and help each other, give advice on getting things working, getting them working with your other products. So yeah, really nice, friendly community as well. That's
very
Yeah.
welcoming, and always happy to help. So
Yeah.
you know, a lot of the times, you know, you get questions, people need technical help, and you go on a forum and you don't get an answer, and it's 3 or 4 days later and you still haven't got an answer, and you're sort of hanging on because you want to do something. You'll find within Beoworld, within an hour you'll probably get an answer, even if it's to somebody's just saying, I don't know the answer, but contact this guy, or oh, I know somebody who's done that, go and ask him. So you'll always get an answer. And say everybody's very pro B&O on there when it comes to the restorations and getting things running again.
Yeah, brilliant. So yeah, highly recommend it. So beoworld.org. I'll put the link in the comments. But yeah, please take a look. Come and join in. And if you can get on there before the end of March, you'll be in time for the prize draw. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Please, as always with YouTube, please like and subscribe. And yeah, we look forward to seeing you on Beoworld.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Lee.